ዶክተር እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን ሰላም ነው። እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን። ተቋት እየመጣ ነው ኦፊሰሩ። እኔ ትንሽ አረፍራለሁ። So this big data and there's a giant data sets. That is what we call it is big data. So this big data it is usually focused on application of a variety of tools or devices for processing a large data set. That is the big data. Under this chapter, of course, we have about, I hope you got the course contents, and I have modified your course contents about 8 chapters. And added about 3 chapters more from your curriculum, because I hope it may be important for you to research. And so in the first chapter, we are going to see in the introduction to big data. In the second, getting to know your data, about how we can process that data. Because we have to know, this is a very technical issue, chapter 2, about dimensional reduction, for example. How we can measure similarity between different variables. That is what we are going to discuss in chapter 2. And in chapter 3, we are going to see what are the basic cycle, what are the basic steps that we should follow to apply big data or any machine learning or any data science applications. That is we are going to see in chapter 3. And then minimizing the frequent patterns and association. What are the basic association to demonstrate the data? How we can demonstrate, how we can analyze the given data sets. Then advanced analysis theory and methods about classification and clustering. We are going to see the basic clustering and the basic classification algorithms, how they can use, why we use one of the algorithm, or why we use an algorithm from the other. Rather than selecting other algorithms, we have to justify the reason why we select one algorithm. So we are going to see technically in detail. And the 6th chapter, we are going to see about the tools and the technology, about Hadoop, about different devices, about data reductionists, and so on. We are going to see in the 6th chapter, which is the tools. We are going to see about Hadoop, we are going to see about Apache, to see about Anaconda. These all are machine learning or deep learning applications that can be used in big data analysis. And in the 7th chapter, we are going to see about big data applications. Scenario, we can select scenarios. Like, for example, it may be applied in text processing, it may be applied in computer vision, it may be applied in remote sensing, and so on. So how we can apply that big data in different scenarios. At least 3 or 4 scenarios we'll be discussing 7th chapter. Then at the 8th chapter, the last chapter, which is about model evaluation. After you have you are going to use different devices, how you can modify or how you can use this big data technology uh, for your machine, or how you can use this big data for like uh, and then how you can evaluate how much it is accuracy, how much it is accuracy, how much it performs relative to the other state of art algorithms, how you can minimize errors, because in machine learning there are just finding results does not mean that finding results does not mean that it is the real work. It does not mean that. You have to have some skill to evaluate the, the model relative to the other state of art algorithms. And, uh, and how you can minimize overfitting problems or underfitting problems in whatever any tools you use, whatever any programming device, programming language you use, you have to have some skill to manage the overfitting and underfitting problems. What are the basic techniques to select data for training and testing? What are the basic techniques? Because just randomly you may select, but when you use random selection mechanisms for data selection purpose, you have to take care of on that. So we are going to cover in this the last chapter. These all are the contents. Now let us come back to our discussion. First chapter. This first chapter, it is the definition, major causes of big data, benefit of big data, characteristics of big data, different types of data and different types of big data, and the data ecosystem, application of big data, and challenges of big data are going to be discussed in the first chapter. Now, when we start from the first chapter, whenever we start from the first chapter, this it has been started from the definition. Big data mean that it is too big data or too huge data that moves too fast and then does not fit with the traditional processing technique. That is, it is called big data. See, big data, the name, it does not show only the size. It shows also the volume or the value or the rate of changes. At too big data, it has been characterized with the size. It has been characterized with the speed. It has been characterized with the nature, the structureness of the data natures. That is, it is called big data. Sometimes this big data, it is called future, the coming generation data. Coming generation technology and coming technology, because Ethiopia or abroad the world, across the world, there are on data processing. So most of the people abroad. Previously, we have seen that data has been processed. Data has been processed. Oh, mute data has been processed to get information, and we consider that data was useless. But right now, data is very crucial. Data is the basic thing that we should use for processing and obtaining very, very, very important things that use for making decisions. That is, it is called data. So big data is a popular term used to describe the exponential growth. As I told you, why deep learning is not only, deep learning is not enough for just studying about the huge data, because deep learning. It is nothing. It is an algorithm that used for processing data. We should know the principle. We should know the technique how we can process that big data. That is why we use big data for data processing. So it has been exponentially growth, and it may be in different formats, structured and non-structured formats. So both structured and non-structured formats, the one, and the exponential growth of data, it causes to study or to push us to study, about this big data. You see, every day 2.5 quintillion bytes of data have been created, so much that 90% of the data in the world today has been created in the last 2 years alone. You see, ላለፉት 2 ዓመት ብቻ የተመረተ ነው አሁን ላይ የምናያቸው ዳታ ሴቶች ማጆሪቲው 90% ምናምን የሚሆነው ማጆሪቲ ዳታ because of different reasons. ሶሻል ሚዲያን ስትወስዱ ሶሻል ሚዲያ ላይ ያለውን ዳታ ማሰብ ትችላላችሁ። ሴንሰሮች አሉ፣ ዲጂታል ፒክቸሮች አሉ። አሁን እናንተ ላይ ለምሳሌ people talks a lot of things on social media, am I right? ሶሻል ሚዲያ ላይ አንዳንዱ ስድብ ይጽፋል አይደል? አንዳንዱ ደግሞ አንድን ማንነት አውርዶ ይጽፋል። በተለይ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የምታዩት በጣም ብዙ ነገሮች አሉ። ማንነት ላይ ያተኮረ ፖለቲካውም ማንነት ላይ ያተኮረ ስለሆነና ይሄ የብሔር ተኮር ስለሆነ ዛሬ እንኳን ፖለቲካው ሃይማኖቱም የብሔር ተሰጥቶታል። እስከዛ ድረስ የደረሰ ሃይማኖት እንትን ያለንና ይሄ ሶሻል ሚዲያ ላይ ለምሳሌ ስድብ ወይም ለምሳሌ አንድን ሃይማኖት እንዳይሳደብ አንድን ማንነት እንዳይሳደብ የምንሰራቸው ከሶሻል ሚዲያ ላይ የምንሰራቸው ቢግ ዳታ ኮሌክት አድርገን የምንሰራቸው ሪሰርቾች አሉ። we can do digital pictures like ለምሳሌ የሞቢሊቲ ወይም አንድን ሰው ማንነቱን መለየት። እናንተ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ውስጥ በጣም ብዙ ሰው ይገባል፣ በጣም ብዙ ሰው ቃል ይዘርፍ ይችላል፣ ወይም ደግሞ የዩኒቨርሲቲው ቃል ይዘርፍ ይችላል። then you can use some image processing computer vision አፕላይ የምናደርግበት። ሄልዝ አካባቢ ለምሳሌ ብሬስት ካንሰር አካባቢያችን ላይ በጣም ብዙ ሰው የእግሩ አብጦ ታዩታላችሁ፣ ወይም ደግሞ እናቶች የጡት ካንሰር ይዟቸው ታያላችሁ፣ ወይም ደግሞ የልብ ካንሰር፣ ወይም ደግሞ በጣም ብዙ አይነት ህመም አለ። ግን በአልትራሳውንድ እና ኤክስሬ ያዩታል። ሰዎች ራሳቸው ቪዥዋላይዝ ሲያደርጉት አናላይዝ ሲያደርጉት በሽታው ምን እንደሆነ አይታወቅም። ወይም ደግሞ ኤክስፐርቱ በሽታ ያለበት ይሄ በሽታ የለበት ሊል ይችላል፣ ወይም በሽታ የሌለበት ሰው አለበት ሊል ይችላል። ሶ you can use that data for machine learning or for big data processing. Image big data እንለዋለን። We can apply this image big data, which is image big data, or it may be applied in sensor big data, or it can be applied in other scenarios like sensor big data, or it may be applied in social big data, social media big data. There are a lot of big data that we can access. So you see the problem integrating those data sets from the sensor, from social media, from digital picture, from different digital media. It is very difficult because they have different natures. So integrating those different data sets is very difficult in machine learning. It is very difficult for human unless we use some technology. It is called big data analysis. Big data analysis. So it will be beyond our capacity. It is beyond the traditional software capacity. So that we have to use some technology. That technology it uses for capturing, creating, associating, integrating, and processing data, which is huge data, into manageable format. That is it is called big data. And big data analysis describes about the big data analysis. Think over. We are talking about big data analysis. Big data analysis, it describes informed. It uses for describing about data information contents, or it uses for describing about the nature of data. So whenever we discuss about this big data analysis, we are talking about big data and we are talking about data analysis. Data analysis, it is usually focused on data mining. It focuses on the data analyzing of the given data. And big data, it's focused on the hugeness of the data sets, about the exponential increment of the big data. Now, in integrating these two, the data analysis technology and big data together, it is called big data analysis. So our work is going to be focused on big data and data analysis, integrate these two into big data analysis. So big data analysis is the use of advanced analytic technology against very large, diverse big data sets that include structured, semi-structured, unstructured, or any different source of data from various sources of data sets. That is called big data analysis. So big data analysis, it discusses about analyzing. It discusses about different data sets. It discusses about diversity of different data sets that has been integrated and then analyzed using a technology which is called big data technology. Big data technology, it has such type of historical developments. Big data, firstly, it was large data set. That is structured data የምንለው relational database የተማራችሁት ነው። ሁለተኛው ዌብ ዳታ የምንለው ነው ወይም ኦንቶሎጂ ተብላ ኦንቶሎጂ ወስዳችኋል ይወሰዳል ከእናንተ ውስጥ ኦንቶሎጂ ኤክስቴንሽኖች ወስዳችኋል
አልወሰድንም
ኦኬ ሬጉላር አልወሰዳችሁም አይሰጥም ኦንቶሎጂ
አልወሰድንም
ኦኬ ኦንቶሎጂ የሚባላል ዌብ ቴክኖሎጂ ላይ ልክ ዳታ ማይኒንግ ኢንፎርሜሽን ሪትራይቫል ወስዳችኋል Is there anyone information retrieval አልወሰዳችሁም ወስዳችኋል ኦኬ እንግዲህ የኢንፎርሜሽን ሪትራይቫል አድቫንስድ አዲስ የሆነ ቴክኖሎጂ አለ ኢንፎርሜሽን ሪትራይቫል ትራዲሽናል ነው የአንድ ጎግል ለምሳሌ ጎግልን ለሴናሪዮ ወስደን ኩዌሪ ለሰርች ኢንጂኑ ሰጥተነው ሰርቨሩ ጋር ሄዶ ኢንፎርሜሽን ኢንዴክሲንግ ሰርቶ ዌይቲንግ ሰርቶ ኢንዴክሲንግ ሰርቶ ስቶፕ ወርድ ሪሙቭ አድርጎ ፍሪኩዌንሲውን ሰርቶ ምናምን ኤቭሪቲንግ ሰርቶ ዴል ሲሚላሪቲው ሜዠር አድርጎ ከዛ ዲስፕሌይ ያደርግልናል ጎግል ዳት ኢዝ ኢንፎርሜሽን ሪትራይቫል ይሰራ የነበረው ነው ቴክኖሎጂ ማለት ነው then that information technology that information retrieval has been upgraded into the web technology unstructured data ብንሰጠው unstructured የሆነውን ዳታ እንዴት ተጠቅሞ አንድን ዌብ ቴክኖሎጂ እንዴት ልናረግ የምንችልበት ነው that is big data technology that also and then currently of course before around 2010 ስማርት ቴክኖሎጂ ሀፕን ካደረጉ በኋላ በተለይ ደግሞ ሴንሰር ቴክኖሎጂ የምንላቸው ፐርሰናል ኔትወርክ የምንላቸው ፐርሰናል ኮንቴክስት ኔትወርክ የሚባል ሞባይል ቪዥዋላይዜሽን የሚባለው ለምሳሌ ሞባይልን ተጠቅመን የምንፈልገው ጂፒኤስ ላይኑን ተጠቅመን ራን ወይም የሆነ ቦታ የሚወስደን that is mobile visualization የምንለው ነው or you can use this technology in military ለምሳሌ የጠላት ኃይል ቦርደር አካባቢ በጎንደር ቦርደር አካባቢ አለ አካባቢ ጥላት ይኖራልና ያን ጥላት ወደ ከተማ ወይም ወደ ወደ እኛ ክልል እንዳይገባ ወደ ክልሉ እንዳይገባ ፕሮቴክት የምናደርግበት ራሱን የቻለ ሜካኒዝም ያስፈልጋል። that protecting mechanism ጂፒኤስን ተጠቅመን የቴሌኮሙኒኬሽን ታወሮች አሉ እነኛን ታወሮችንና የኮምፒውተር ቪዥን የጂፒኤስን ተጠቅሞ ሁለቱን ኢንተግሬትድ አድርጎ ጥላት ወዴት ሙቭ እያደረገ ነው ወደ እየተጠጋ ነው እየሸሸ ነው ወዴት አይነት ዳይሬክሽን እየሄዱ ነው የሚለው predict የምናደርግበት ቴክኖሎጂ ነው big data technology. So that big data is very very amazing technology that can be applied with sensors, with sensor like GPS is one of the sensor, or we can apply with varieties of telecommunication data sets or with context aware technologies. So combining this today the big data it becomes very very huge technology as well as very mandatory for our future careers. Benefits of big data, it has a lot of benefits. It saves the cost saving, because big data huge by nature. That huge data, it can be processed using a software. That software can save time, can save place, can save space and so much, because we can save the data in the cloud. Time reduction, yes. High speed of tools. We have there are a number of tools. Hadoop ምንላቸው የዲፕ ለርኒንግ ወይም የማሽን ለርኒንግ እንትኖች ናቸው ግን ዩዥዋሊ ቢግ ዳታን ፕሮሰስ ለማድረግ የምንጠቀምባቸው ሀዱፕ የሚባሉ አሉ ሀዱፕ ኤንድ አፓች የሚባሉ ኮመንሊ የምንጠቀማቸው ሶፍትዌሮች ናቸው they use for processing a large data set within a microsecond and understanding the market conditions. yes ሰሊጥ ለምሳሌ ጎንደር አካባቢ ይመረታል አይደል there are a number of products there so that we can use a deep learning, a machine learning to estimate the cost. እኔ አካባቢው ሰሊጥ ስለሚያመርት ብቻ አይደለም መዘራት ያለበት አካባቢው ላይ ለምሳሌ ከዛሬ 4 አመት በኋላ ከዛሬ 5 አመት በኋላ የሰሊጥ ምርት ምን ሊሆን እንደሚችል ፕሬዲክት ማድረግ መቻል አለበት ስለዚህ ያን ፕሬዲክት ለማድረግ ከዚህ በፊት የነበሩ የዋጋ ዝርዝሮችን ሙሉ ዲቴል የሆነ ኢንፎርሜሽን በጣም የ4 አመት የ10 አመት የ20 አመት ኢንፎርሜሽን ያስፈልጋል ያን ኢንፎርሜሽን ተጠቅመን ከዛሬ 4 አመት በኋላ የአንድ ኩንታል የሰሊጥ ምርት ይሄን ያክል ይሆናል ተብሎ ፕሬዲክት ያደርጋል ሶዛት ገበሬው ወይም አርሶ አደር ምንላቸው ወይም ኢንቨስተር ምንለው በብዛት ያንን እንዲያመርት ይደረጋል ወይም ደግሞ የሚረክስ ከሆነ ከዛሬ 3 አመት 4 አመት በኋላ ክላይሜት ኮንዲሽኑ ቫሪ የሚያደርግ ከሆነ ኦኬ በዚህ ምክንያት ዝናባማ ሊሆን ስለሚችል ወይም ደግሞ ዝናቡ እስከዚህ ሰዓት ስለሚደርስ ወይም ደግሞ ፕሮዳክሽኑን አፌክት ስለሚያደርገው ሰሊጥ ባይመረት ወይም ባይዘራ ጥሩ ነው የሚል ሪኮሜንዴሽን እንሰጣለን that is the deep learning that is the big data analysis control online reputations sentiment analysis ለምሳሌ ቀደም የነገርኳችሁ you can write እኛ ፌስቡክ ላይ ወይም ሶሻል ሚዲያ ላይ ሰዎች ይጽፋሉ አይደለም ሰዎች ሶሻል ሚዲያ ላይ ሲጽፉ ማንነት ላይ ፎከስ አድርገው ነው የሚጽፉት በብዛት እንደውም ብዙ ላይክ የሚያገኝም ማንነትን ሰድቦ የሚጽፍ ሰው ነውና ብዙ ተከታይም ያላቸው እነሱ ናቸው that is it is called sentiment analysis አሁን ፌስቡክ በተለይ ደግሞ ማንነት ላይ ፎከስ አድርጎ የሚጽፍን ብሎክ ያደርጋል it can filter the Facebook has it uses the Hadoop and machine learning for filtering out the text whether it is an insulting or it is normal text so if it is insulting in a group of individuals by their identity ለምሳሌ አማራ ብሎ የሚሳደብ ከሆነ ወይም ደግሞ ኦሮሞ ብሎ የሚሳደብ ከሆነ ወይም ደግሞ አሜሪካ ብሎ አሜሪካ እንደዚህ ናት ብሎ ወይም አሜሪካውያን እንዲህ ናቸው ተብሎ የሚሳደብ ከሆነ በማንነታቸው የሚሰድብ ከሆነ በጣም ሴንሲቲቭ የሆነ ስለሆነ ያን ሴንሲቲቭ ብሎክ የሚያደርግበት ሜካኒዝም አለው ዛት ኢዝ ሴንቲሜንት አናሊሲስ የምንለው ነው ሶ ፌስቡክ ላይ ሶሻል ሚዲያ ላይ የሚሰሩ ሰዎች ሪሰርቻችሁን ነገ ሪሰርች ስትሰሩ ፕሮፖዛል ስትጻፉ ሴንቲሜንት ላይ የሚሰሩ ልትኖሩ ትችላላችሁ you can read one of the research area no sentiment analysis is one of the research area you can identify you can block you can you can apply machine learning for analyzing the sentiments is that positively የተናገረው ነው is that negatively የተናገረው ነው ምናምን የሚለውን አናላይዝ የምንሰራበት የቢግ ዳታ ቴክኖሎጂ ነው it uses for boosting customer acquisitions and retentions. Most important assets for business depend on. There is no single business. Of course, the business is not single. There are a number of businesses. A number of business mean that a number of sources of business. So some integrations of businesses can be done using this big data technology. And using big data analysis to solve advertisers' problems and offer marketing insights. ቀደም ያልኳችሁ ነው ለምሳሌ ጤፍ ዋጋ የጤፍ ላይ መስራት የሚፈልግ ካለ ወይም ሄልዝ ላይ መስራት የሚፈልግ ካለ ዛሬ ላይ ለምሳሌ ኮቪድ-19 የሚባል አለ አይደል ከዛሬ 4 አመት በኋላ 5 አመት በኋላ የመተንፈሻ አካል በሽታ ሊመጣ ይችላል so how we can predict that በዚህ ሲቹዌሽን ከቀጠለ ዝናቡ በእንዲህ ከሆነ የአየር ዳይሬክሽኑ የዊንድ ዳይሬክሽኑ ይሄ ከሆነ ቴምፕሬቸሩ ይሄ ከሆነ የሰው አዌርነስ እንዲህ ከሆነ በጣም ኬርለስሊ የሶሻል ኢንተራክሽንን ኬርለስሊ ከሆነ ስንተቃቀፍ ሰላም ስንበባል እየተቃቀፍን እንደ ኖርማል ምንም እንዳልተፈጠረ ምንቀጥል ከሆነ ከዛሬ 4 አመት በኋላ የሚመጣው የመተንፈሻ አካል ወይም በመተንፈስ የሚተላለፍ በሽታ it may be affect people highly in the Damara regional status ብለን አናሊሲስ ልንሰጥ እንችላለን so that this is one of the things that we can apply this big data analysis in healthy environments big data analysis is as a driver for innovation and products yeah it helps for advertising products it helps for helping to renovate different products in different technology this is a big data we are going to see in the future normally as you see from the top there is a data source actually it may be social media it may be recorded documents it may be experimental data whatever any data it is then once we collect data we can apply data pre-processing that data pre-process ማለት ቻፕተር 2 ላይ እናያለን ዳታ ክሊን እንዴት እንደምናደርግ ነን ኢምፖርታንት የሆነ ዳታ እንዴት ሪሙቭ እንደምናደርግ እናያለን then ያን ዳታ የሆነ ቦታ ላይ ስቶር እናደርጋለን then ማሽን ለርኒንግን ወይም ፊቸር ኤክስትራክሽንን ተጠቅመን ዳታ ቪዥዋላይዜሽን እናደርጋለን ከበስተቀኝ የምታዩት from the right side yeah there is here it is okay አይታይ ይመስላል yeah this is the big data that we can from the right side ከሰውየው feedback ከሚለው በታች presentation ይላል that is the presentation is something it uses for showing the big data analysis and types of big data ስንል እንግዲህ ማወቅ ያለብን በጣም ኢምፖርታንትሊ data ማለታችን አይደለም data there are a number of different types of data in big data if we say that big data, just we are saying that about the analysis. There are different sources. ለምሳሌ ሚዲያ ኢሜጅን መጠቀም ይችላል። አሁን እነዚህ they are very important በነገራችን ላይ ነገር ሪሰርቻችንን ስንሰራ ከዚህ ውስጥ ከነዚህ አሁን ከዙሪያውን በሰርክል ከተቀመጡት ውስጥ አንደኛው ላይ ነው ፎከስ የምናደርገው። ለምሳሌ ሴንቲሜንት አናሊሲስ ላይ ከሆነ ዶክመንት ላይ ፎከስ እናደርጋለን። ዌብ ቴክኖሎጂ ላይ ከሆነ ወይም ኦንቶሎጂ ላይ ከሆነ ፐብሊክ ዌብ ላይ ፎከስ እናደርጋለን። ቢዝነስ ላይ ፎከስ ልናደርግ እንችላለን። ማሽን ሎግ ዳታ ላይ ፎከስ ልናደርግ እንችላለን። የኔትወርክ ሎግ ለምሳሌ እናንተ ጋር እኛ ጋር አንድ ተማሪ ኔትወርክ ላይ የሰራ ልጅ ነበረ። የነምበር ኦፍ አቴምፕትስ analyzing, identifying and early awareing the number of attempts in the ደብረ ማርቆስ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ኔትወርክ ሰርቨር። ሶ በጣም በሚገርማችሁ ሁኔታ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ በተለይ ደብረ ማርቆስ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ውስጥ ከፍተኛ አቴምፕት የነበረ ሃክ ለማድረግ አቴምፕት የሚያደርጉት እኛ ስናጠ ነው። we have applied the big data የመጀመሪያው ከኢጂፕት ነው። ሁለተኛ ከእስራኤል ነው። Unexpectedly, we have checked that a large number of attempts from Israel. And then the third from USA. No? And the fourth is from Iraq. So these all are attempting to hack the university network server so that we are just awareing the network admin and the university management to take some action on these attempts. So different sources are ከነኚህ ሶሻል ሚዲያ ሊሆን ይችላል፣ ሚዲያ any sensor data ሊሆን ይችላል, whatever any data you have. So big data analysis types, there is a classification analysis የሚባል አለ። classification based classification analysis ማለት it has both distinct input and distinct outputs. Classification and regression የሚለይበት prediction እና classification የሚለይበት classification it has distinct or fixed number of outputs. If you have 4 class, always you will have 4 class. If you have 5 class, you will have only 5 classes whenever you implement your judgments. When we come to the next one, it is about predictive analysis. This predictive analysis is more or less focused on continuous data. Continuous data means that it predicts about the situations. Like ለምሳሌ the situation about the weather conditions in Gondar or in Amhara region after 5 years, after 6 years. Or the situation is how you can apply some like safe area and non-safe area. It is classification. Safe area and non-safe area. ሁለት ክላሶች አሉት፣ ሴፍ እና non-safe የሚል። ስለዚህ ለምሳሌ አንድን ቦታ ፒክ አድርገን የካስተማር ነው በኋላ ማሽናችንን ለምሳሌ ደንቢያ አካባቢ ችግር ካለ ልክ ደንቢያ የሚለውን የጂፒኤስ ቫልዩ ሲያገኝ አንሴፍ ሊል ይችላል ወይም ሴፍ ሊል ይችላል። somewhere like ቤኒሻንጉል ሲል ደግሞ አንሴፍ ሊል ይችላል። so there are a number of things that we should discuss on that classification and regression. So classification means that fixed number of classes, and regression means that it focuses on the continuous data. Like for example, the temperature. The temperature, it is approach. It is estimation value. Estimating like approaching like 10 degrees Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius. Bahar Dar, 20 degrees Celsius. Maybe Gondar, it is like 14 degrees Celsius. Deborah Marcos, it may be 15 degrees Celsius. Something like that. That is it is a prediction. It is a continuous. It is a continuous. And perceptive analysis, this prescriptive analysis it is a statistical method used to generate recommendation and make decisions based on computational findings of algorithm models. This is it is prescriptive analysis. You know, ለምሳሌ you can apply machine learning in health environments, and some predictive analysis can be given about some situations, so that based on that some prescriptive may be given, like if the temperature is like for 10 degrees Celsius, 15 degrees Celsius, 20 degrees Celsius, this is a prediction. Then based on this prediction, some prescriptions, like for example, if the temperature is 10 degrees Celsius around Debre Marcos or Gondar something, so yeah, the more productive crop will be, like for example wheat, ስንዴ ልንል እንችላለን ወይም ጤፍ ልንል እንችላለን። some prescriptions like some explanatory የሆነ የምንሰራበት, and this is a new technology for machine learning. I mean for this big data processing. So there are prescriptive, there are predictive, and there are classification. One of the three is going to be the things that you are going to focus on, the subject matter as a big data. So in a big data, whatever any type of big data you have, there are structured, semi-structured, quasi-structured, and unstructured data የሚባሉ ትምህርቶች አሉ። ዳታ ሴት ከተለያየ ሶርስ ነው የምናገኘው ብያቸዋለሁ። you can find from the social media, you may find from the sensor, you may find from the image, you may find from existing businesses, you may find from the database, and whatever any data source you have. There are about 4 types of data. A structured, which is CSV file. It has both column and row, and it is easy for managing. Usually it has been done for the last periods of time, that structured data. But really in this world, all of the data cannot be structured. Especially, as I told you, data is increasing exponentially, because the interest of people is increasing now. The number of people also it is increasing now, so that it becomes very difficult for managing that. So there is a structure, semi-structured, quasi-structured, and unstructured data. So there are also unstructured or semi-structured data, like the program XML data, XML extendable markup language. That is it is a flat data. Somewhat it is semi-structured, and there is a quasi-structures, which is something is different from the semi-structures, like a wave structure, wave data sets. And there is unstructured data, which is image data. Image is it is a number of pixels, and the pixel is not structured. It has a number of noises, a number of pixel values, a number of sub-components that will not be or that cannot be represented in the structured formats. So these all are data types that we can apply in big data analysis. So if you take majority of the experts, they use the structured data, but unfortunately the data size for structured is too small. Structured data is too small. Unstructured data is too huge, as you see from the bottom side. So that we have to focus on that unstructured data. And different business organizations, different companies are they are interested to implement it in this unstructured data. So that you guys, I am advising you to be data scientists, that you include on these unstructured, semi-structured, or structured data sets on the Hadoop as well as deep learning algorithms. And how we can implement this, the big data, we have to have some tools. Big data tools Hadoop and different software like the Hadoop software is a software that uses easily for managing the big data. Business intelligence software in parallel, there are softwares like it's a software that uses for giving analysis on about the business situations. Data integrity tools in parallel that uses for integrating different relational and non-relational data sets. Information management and search and indexing tools are these all are tools that use for managing big data documents. Mining and structured data, you see, mining structured data, it is easy because they have index. As you know from information retrieval, you have index, so that once you have an index based on the weight, based on the sequence, it can make some association relation with the server, and then based on the priority, based on the index value, it can, or based on the rank value, it can display the sequential. I'm not just saying the relevancy, just based on the weight sequence. So, but in many organizations, this unstructured data is very important, so that different organization needs to use this unstructured data stores, including information that will help them make better business decisions. So that, unfortunately, it is often very difficult for analyze unstructured data. So we have to use an appropriate software. We have to use an appropriate tools. We have to use a very appropriate technology for managing that unstructured data. So the main characteristics of big data has a lot of characteristics normally. It is not easy, this big data. There is a volume, there is a velocity, there is a variety. These 3V property የምንላቸው ናቸው። 3V properties, 4V property, 5V property የሚባሉ የማሽን የቢግ ዳታ ዲስክራይብ የምናደርግባቸው ካራክተሪስቲክሶች አሉ። The 3V, which is volume, velocity, and varieties. As the name indicates, volume means that the hugeness of the data quantity. Velocity means that the data speed, the speed of the product of the data in per time or per day or per hour, something. Variety, how much they vary, how much they different, or how the variabilities, which is to some extent they vary. To some extent they vary. This description is about that. And huge, which is a data volume, data complexity, type structure, which is data natures, and speed, which is velocity of the data. Complexity is variety. And the 4V nature, it includes the 3V plus 1V, which is veracity. This veracity, which is uncertainty, how much that data is reliable for, or how much that data is relevant for that task. That is called veracity. That is, it uses for indicating uncertainty of the data. ዳታ ይጠቅማል አይጠቅምም? ቢኮዝ ዳታ ስላገኛችሁ አይደለም። ለምሳሌ ወተር ላይ የጎንደር ከተማ የውሃ ኮንሳምፕሽንን እኮ ዲፕ ለርኒንግ መጠቀም ትችላላችሁ፣ ወይም ቢግ ዳታ መጠቀም ትችላላችሁ። ውሃ ኮንሳምፕሽን በምን ሬት እየጨመረ ነው ያለው ፖፑሌሽን እና አፕሮፕሪየት ነው ፕሪዲክት ማድረግ መቻል አለብን። በዚህ ወይ ከቀጠለ የጎንደር ከተማ ከዛሬ 10 ዓመት በኋላ ማህበረሰቡ ከአንድ ወር አንዴ ብቻ ሊያገኝ ይችላል ልንል እንችላለን። አይ ዶንት ኖ the current situation ውሃ ከሌለ ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ አዌር እያደረግነው ነው። አስተዳደሩ ቢግ ዳታን ተጠቅመን ይሄን ብታደርግ ከዛሬ 10 ዓመት በኋላ ይሄ ሊፈጠር ስለሚችል just you have to wake up ነው ያለ ነው አካባቢው ማህበረሰቡን የሚጠቅም ነገር ውሃ ላይ መስራት አለብን ነው እየተባለ ያለ so you have to use some or you can use some big data analysis for awareing the city government of Gondar and the other very important point is about the 5D property of or characteristics of big data, like volume, which is scale, size, velocity, which is streaming, about the speed, variety, which is the difficult forms or the complexities, and veracity, which is it is uncertainties, as I told you, and the value, insight revenues. Insight revenue is that how much it is important, the importance of or the internal contents of the information content in Ibarat. Have you taken from machine learning ስትማሩ ስለ ኢንትሮፒ ተምራችኋል? information content entropy የሚባሉ አሉ አይደል? you guys from extension program or regularም እየወሰዳችሁ ስለሆነ anyone ኢንትሮፒ ተምራችኋል አልተማራችሁም? ተማርን አልተማርን ብቻ ነው የምፈልገው።
አልተማርን
ኦኬ እሺ ሬጉላሮች ናቸው ያልተማራችሁ? ኤክስቴንሽን ጨርሳችሁታል ኮርሱን አይደል? ስለ ኢንትሮፒ ኢንፎርሜሽን ኮንተንት react ቶሎ መልስ ፈልጋለሁ።
ማሽን ለርኒንግ ጨርሰናል ግን ረሳነው ዶክተር።
ረሳችሁት? ስለ ኢንትሮፒ እና ስለ ኢንፎርሜሽን ኮንተንት በተለይ ደግሞ ራንደም ፎሬስትን ስትማሩ የሩቷን በትሪ ፎርማል ሪፕሬዘንት የሚያደርገው በትሪ ፎርም ስለሆነ root node one ለማግኘት there should be some calculation mechanism which is called entropy ተጠቅመን information content the higher the information content that uses for representing the root of the node for random forests so that is which is insight revenue ማለት ነው yet internally how much it is very important የሚለውን የምናይበት ነው and yeah አሁን የምፈልገው ከናንተ ውስጥ at least we have to have 2 data scientists that will serve our university, that will serve our country, that will serve our community, that will serve the government. Data scientist is very mandatory. What data scientist means that? It is nothing. The one that will be focus on data engineering, it may be data integrity, database ላይ የሚሰራ ሰው data engineer ይባላል። so data engineer የአድቫንስድ database ቱልሶችን ተጠቅሞ database ላይ የሚሰሩ ሰዎች ካላችሁ you will have a high chance to be data engineer. ሀዱፕን መጠቀም ስትጀምሩ ኢንተግሬት ስታደርጉት SQLን MySQLን ከሌላ የዳታቤዝ አፕሊኬሽኖች ጋር አብራችሁ ማያያዝ ጀምሩ you will be a data engineer. Or scientific methods, you may be a researcher. One of you guys may be focus on hacking, the hackers, or just the one who protects hackers. Hacker business ነው አይደል? ሃኪንግም ቢዝነስ ነው። ሃከሮችን ፕሮቴክት ማድረግም ቢዝነስ ነው። it is a task. ሃኪንግ ስራ ባይሆን ኖሮ ሃከሮች አይኖሩም ነበር። it is a big business. it needs high skill. but government የኛ ግን ኔቸራችን እንደዛ ስላልሆነ በብዛት የምንሰራው just something like ሃከሮችን ፕሮቴክት ማድረግ ነው። so ቢዝነስ ባንክ አካባቢ ሃከሮችን ፕሮቴክት የምናደርግበት ሜካኒዝም ያስፈልገናል። so if any one of you guys are interested to do data science that will focus on protecting hackers in the IoT technologies, like in bank system, I'm okay to advise you guys. I'm okay. And we can do a lot of important points on that hacker, how we can protect that hackers. Advanced computing, statistics in different environments, you can apply this deep learning. Data engineers ሰዋራችሁ የነበረው ነው MySQL NoSQL Hadoopን ማፕ ሪዲዩሰር በአንድ ላይ ኢንተግሬትድ አድርጎ የሚሰራ ዳታ ኢንጂነር እንለዋለን። Data analyst, the one who have an expert or a skill to analyze the existing data in tabular forms, in table form, in image form, or in graph forms, whatever it is. The data scientist applying statistical, machine learning, analytic approaches, whatever any technique you are, you will be data scientist. Data science, the one who study about data science is data scientist. So if you enable to analyzing different problem domains on, like for example, as I told you in water consumptions, electric consumption in Gondar city, electric consumption in Gondar city, tourist flow in Gondar city. Do you have درسو attribution? درسو mute article. Okay, so there are a lot of important points. You can apply such a type of technologies in tourism, like tourism in Gondar. There are a number of they may have a number of documents. Based on that document, you can predict that after, if the rate is going to be increased after in such a way, after like 10 years, 20 years, then the Gondar city will be one of the toppest visitable location in Amhara region. We can say that. But it needs some experiments. It needs some data sets. So if you guys are in tourism, you can do that. If you guys are in bank, you can a lot of work. If you guys working in agriculture, there are a number of works in agriculture. Which product is very, very convenient in Gondar? Usually they may cultivate like wheat or some maize. በቆሎና ስንዴ ብቻ ሊያመርቱ ይችላሉ ቤተሰቦቻችን። ግን ደግሞ እኮ አካባቢው የተሻለ የሚሆነው ሌላ ነገር ሲመረትበት ሊሆን ይችላል። ማሽላ ሊሆን ይችላል፣ ጤፍ ሊሆን ይችላል፣ whatever it is. So we have to test that. We have to collect some important data, and then we can apply that. And there are business intelligence and big data የሚባላል። business intelligence ማለት small data structured የሆነ ዳታ ላይ structured የሆነ ዳታ ነግራችኋለሁ። structured የሆነ ዳታ ላይ ኦፍላይን የሆነ ዳታ ላይ የምንጠቀመው ስራ ይሄ እና ትራዲሽናል የሆነ ወይም ኮንቬንሽናል ማሽን ለርኒንጎችን ተጠቅመን የምንሰራው ስራ ከሆነ ቢዝነስ ኢንተለጀንስ እንለዋለን። If we use a big data source from the online data, both from online and offline data, from both structured and unstructured data, then we can say that it is called big data. So what is the difference between business intelligence and big data? Business intelligence focuses on structured data only, usually offline data, very small data size. But in contrast, the big data, it may be both structured and unstructured, and a huge data sets without any limitations. So this is the difference among the big data and business intelligence. So business intelligence traditional source ነው ያለው፣ ያኛው many source ነው. There are corporate reports from the business intelligence, but semi-structured reports from the big data sets. And there are also business intelligence, which is structured data, while from the other one, which is unstructured data. Sorry, the quiz. Okay, sorry. So these are the main difference between business intelligence and big data analysis. Business intelligence and big data analysis. And what's warehouse? Data warehouse mean that? Data mining ተምራችኋል? Is there anyone? አለ? Anyone? መልሱልኝ ከሁለቱም ፕሮግራም አንሳው።
እኔ አልተማርንም።
ኦኬ እነ ሙሉጌታ አልተማሩ። ሌሎቻችሁ ተምራችኋል ወይ?
እኛም አልተማርንም።
ችግር የለውም። ስለዚህ ቻፕተር 2 ላይ ስንማር በደንብ ብሪፍ ይሆንላችኋል። አይ ቲንክ ያዘጋጀሁት የኮርስ ኮንተንት በጣም የሚጠቅማችሁ ይመስለኛል። ይሄን ኮንሲደር አድርጌ ስለነበር ያዘጋጀሁላችሁ። እናንተም አንብቡት። ጀስት ኦንላይን በመሆኑ ትንሽ እንደ ፌስ ቱ ፌስ አይሆንም፣ ግን ደግሞ ያለው ሲቹዌሽን አንደርስታንድ ከማድረግ አኳያ ብትማሩትም ብታነቡትም ሞር ሊጠቅማችሁ ስለሆነ ብዬ ነው። ዳታ ዌርሃውስ ማለት it is an storage. Data warehouse, it is something, it is a storage, or it is a collection of corpuses or different components of informations that uses for storing data, but it has limited capacity and limited capacity. And the second one is usually it is structured. Data warehouse, it uses for data mining process. ዳታ ማይኒንግ ታስክ የምንጠቀምበት ነው። ቢግ ዳታ ማለት ደግሞ አንሊሚትድ ሳይዝ ዳታው unlimited size, unlimited dimension. Think over that. Unlimited dimension can be processed in big data. And big data and IoT የሚባል ማለት ኢንተርኔት ኦፍ ቲንግስ። አያችሁ፣ ኢንተርኔት ኦፍ ቲንግስ ከቢግ ዳታ ጋር አብሮ መሄድ ይችላል። ኢንተርኔት ኦፍ ቲንግስ እያንዳንዱ ነገር ከኢንተርኔት ጋር የተገናኘ ከሆነ interconnection of different devices that has been supported by internet service. It is called Internet of Things. But Internet of Things by itself is not a big data. The one that will be produced or generated from this IoT technology, it can be used as input for the big data or for big data analysis. So there is Internet of Things is very mandatory. That can be applied using big data. This technology, big data as a center, then different device can be connected and then pass through what? The center. That center can record all of the information that will transfer from one device to the other device. And big data and industry 4 this industry 4, it is some ecosystems that has cyber securities and big data elements, as you see from the graph from the top parts, and then it becomes for different technologies, like for example excavations. And excavator በሰዓት ነው አይደል የምንከራየው? በሰዓት ስንከራየው ሰዓቱን ብቻ ነው የሚቆጥረው። ጀስት ኮስት አናሊሲስ የምንሰራበት ሜካኒዝም ምን አይነት ኤክስካቫተር ሁሉ አንድ ነው አይደለ? በእኛ ቴክኖሎጂ በእኛ ዓለም ኤክስካቫተር ሁሉ አንድ ነው። ኤክስካቫተሩን ግን ኦፕቲማይዘር ለማድረግ የሚጠቀሙበት የማሽን ለርኒንግ ቴክኖሎጂ በጣም ነው የሚገርማችሁ፣ ሌሎቹ ማለት ነው። there are number of technologies that can be applied for big data. sorry. And charge lark. Well, so there are a number of technologies that will be act as an ecosystem. Big data and cyber security. You see, in the cyber security, ቅድም ስነግራችሁ የነበረው ሀከሮች እንዴት አቴምፕት እንደሚያደርጉ physically and using a software device እንዴት apply እንደሚያደርጉ we can collect data, we can apply some big data analysis for identifying the location. ለምሳሌ ከቴሌኮሙኒኬሽን ወይም የአንድ ባንክ ሀክ የሚደረገው ከፍተኛ አቴምፕት የሚደረገው የትኛው መስመር ጋር ነው? በፋይበር አይደለም የሚዘረጋ? በፋይበር ሲዘረጋ that before ባህር ዳር and ቢቲዩ ባህር ዳር and ፍንስናም or that after ባህር ዳር from ባህር ዳር to some ጎንደር or some stay something where is the specific location? We have to have some applications to identify the specific location of the disasters or the hackers. That is just one of the technologies that we can use. Data mining, you see, the data mining is a small data sets that will be analyzed using some small devices. But there are big data that will be applied for mining data from the remote or from the huge data sets, from unstructured data sets, from different integrated devices. You see, that is data analysis. That data science will be applied for big data analysis. So these two differences: data mining, very small data, relative to the big data. So if you see the knowledge discovering, we have the database, we have data warehouse, take relevant data and data mining will be applied, pattern evolutions can be applied. This pattern evolution, usually data science, data mining, it uses for analyzing the pattern, only the pattern, some association only, rather than just about predicting about the future situations. Here it is the reason why big data is applied. You see the top big data, how much it is increasing exponentially. The red one, how much the data warehouse is very small so far. Big data source. There are big data sources. Big data source, as I told you before, there are a number of sources. So እናንተስ ቢግ ዳታ እና አፕላይ ልታደርጉ ስታስቡ ዳታችንን ከየት እናገኛለን ነው ማለት ያለባችሁ። as far as there is the data, as far as the work is relevant, you can do your researches on that. As far as what you have data source, as far as you have important problem domain, you can apply data science, you can apply big data. You may have a sensor data, for example. That sensor data about the security. እኛ ሀገር ብዙ ስላልሆነ ነው እንጂ የጥላትን እንቅስቃሴ አይደንቲፋይ የምናደርግበት ሴንሰር ነው የሚጠቀሙት ያደጉ ሀገሮች። ለምሳሌ why not ጎንደር? እኔ ጎንደር ላይ እኔ ያናድደኛል። አንዳንዴ ችግር ደረሰ ምናምን ሲባል ጎንደር የሚሆን ባህር ዳር የሚሆን wherever it is፣ በተለይ ደግሞ በዚህ ክልል የሚፈጠሩ እንትኖች ቴክኖሎጂን ለምን አፕላይ እንደማይደረጉ ሴንሰር ካሜራ ሰርቪላንት ካሜራ በቃ ፒሪድ ሀብታሞችን ሰብስቦ ባለሀብቱን ሰብስቦ አንድን ከተማ ወይም አንድን ጎንደር ሜን ፖይንት ኤሪያዎች ላይ ሰርቪላንት ካሜራ ሴት ማድረግ ነው። በቃ ደግሞ መሳሪያ ተይዞ የማይታለፍባቸው ቦታዎች ሴንሰሮችን መቅበር ነው። ከዚህ ቦታ ማለፍ አትችልም ነው። ሴንሰር ራሱ አይደንቲፋይ that you cannot pass through that. ዩኒቨርሲቲ ውስጥ እኮ ጩቤ ይዞ የሚገባ አለ አይደለ? ዩኒቨርሲቲ ውስጥ ምናልባትም እኮ ምንድነው ሽጉጥ ይዞ ሊገባ ይችላል። ሴንሰር ቢኖር ኖሮ በር ላይ አንድ የዩኒቨርሲቲ ሰራተኛ ወደ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ሲገባ ሴንሰሩ መጮህ አለበት። ሶዛት አለርት ማድረግ አለበት። ተፈትሾ ሁሉንም ሰው ላይፈትሹ ስለሚችሉ የሆነ ነገር የያዘ ከስለታማ ነገር ከያዘ ኦልሬዲ አለርት ያደርጋል። ሴንሰሩ ትጮሃለች። ዳት ኢዝ ሴንሰር። ዳታው ሙሉ ዳታ ሪከርድ ይደረጋል። ዜን ቤዝድ ኦን ዛት ዳታ ሴንሰሮችን ዳታዎችን ተጠቅመን አፕላይ ማለት ሚዲያ የሜዲካል ሄልዝ ላይ you guys I advise you guys to focus on the health data around Gondar hospital ላይ ያለ የሄልዝ ዳታ ለምሳሌ የካንሰር የልብ ካንሰር ሊሆን ይችላል ሌላ የስኪን ካንሰር ሊሆን ይችላል የአንገት በላይ ከአንገት በታች ሊሆን ይችላል whatever any disease it is የኤክስሬ እና የአልትራሳውንድ ዳታ ካለ you have to collect that recent